Hey, what's going on, guys? We'll give it a second, let everyone get here, and then we will get started. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. What's going on, Brendan, Malak, Ghost, CH, Doolin, Saeed? Awesome to have you guys here. Just going to give it another 2.5 minutes, and then we will get started. Awesome. Glad you guys can hear me. I know the market has been quite choppy the past couple weeks, and so it's been frustrating for a lot of people. But again, this is where patience pays off, guys. We are very, very close to a bottom. So I'll talk about it. I'll talk about what I'm looking at and how we are very close to bottoming out and a lot of the opportunities that lie ahead. What's going on, Tim? Appreciate that. Top Aeon, Ralph, Matthew, Super Luke, Morale. Good to see a lot of good people here. Malik says, thank you for these lives. Hey, no problem, guys. Glad you're getting a lot of value from them. Philip, good to see you here, as always. What's going on, CH? Good to see you. Unknown says, I'm almost back to zero. I don't want to miss this last. Yes. Yes, guys. The biggest thing is making sure that you capitalize on the pump that's about to happen and not over trading, waiting for the trades to come to you. That's going to be the biggest advice that I can give you guys for the next few months. Hey, Cyrus, what's going on? It has been a while. Good to see you here. Eswar, what's going on? Carter, how's it going? Boss of Europe. So I am not Luke. I am John Luke. We may sound like similar people, or I could be AI Luke. One of those is true. Carter, this is an AI generated voice of Luke Belmar. This is his AI clone. He actually put all of his voice messages into the AI bot, and then I'm able to converse with you guys with this new AI feature. Super Luke says, are you worried about the CME gaps? So CME gaps, yes, they do have a part to play, right? We actually gapped down to 107K, and then we had a nice bounce up to 114. So gaps are nothing to ignore, but you know, sometimes they may take a little bit to play out. What's going on, Taki? Good to see you as well. Beep beep bop bop. Carter says, are we going all in on KTA? I do think KTA will do pretty good. I know Luke called that earlier, so I do think it could do very well. But with that said, what's going on, Mr. Robinson, Sebastian, Akshay, Lil Vin, a lot of good people here. Luca, awesome, guys. Sweet. Let's go ahead and get started, guys. So, also, if you haven't liked the video, we got 101 viewers and only 7 likes. That is criminal, guys. Got to get some more likes on the video. Really appreciate it. But looking at the past 24 hours liquidations, so 118 million longs and 106 million shorts, basically split down the middle 50-50. So total of 224 million, and that is, again, just indicative of how choppy this market is. I mean, everyone's getting chopped up, whether you're longing or shorting. Any pump is getting sold off into, any dump is getting bought up, right? It's very, very hard to trade this market right now, and that's why I have to echo, guys, please be patient on your entries. Only enter at major support or resistance on the daily, weekly time frames when your indicators like the RSI or stock RSI are in confluence, meaning short at major resistance while your RSI or stock RSI is overbought, and long at major support while your RSI or stock RSI is oversold, right? You got to have some type of confluence at the end of the day. Now, looking at the liquidity heat map, okay, where is liquidity at? Well, it's near 112K. That's going to be the next magnet for Bitcoin. Granted, yes, we could still, bottom out near 109K here, but at the very least, I am expecting this to get tagged in the near future. And so I think we are very close to the rally, guys. People's emotions are very low right now. People are feeling sad. They're feeling like this market's chopping them up, that they can't make a profit, right? This is what the market does to you guys. The market tests your patience more than anything. Patience is a virtue for a reason, because it's very hard to wait and not do anything, okay? And so I guarantee you guys, we are very, very close to a bottom here. Very close. Like I was talking about the new moon, right? In my recent market update, if you guys saw that, I posted that the new moon usually lasts 3 to 7 days. October 24th to the 28th is when it's going to end. Well, today's October 24th. We have 4 more days until the 28th. And so that means, yes, we could still have some further drops. I know no one wants to hear that. They want to hear up only. But guys, you got to be realistic here. You got to be open to both sides. That's how you become a good trader, is you're open to the longs and the shorts, okay? And so at the very least, I could say, well, today could be the last day to bottom, or it could be in 4 days. But it's most likely going to be between then, right? And so what do you do in between then? Well, one, besides being patient, you look for those levels at those major support, areas when your RSI or stock RSI is oversold. So that's at the very least what you should be doing, is looking for those good longs. Again, low leverage or spot. Don't try to be fancy and leverage, trade 25 to 30, 50, or 50x. Be patient, guys. That's how you're going to get the good entries, and that's how you're going to profit from the eventual rise that will happen very, very soon. Now, where's the weekly heat map at? Well, the weekly heat map is a tad different, but you can see that there is some liquidity near 112K, but look at all this liquidity here near 106K. That is one that worries me a little bit, because that means, well, there's all this liquidity. Is the market maker just going to let us pump to Valhalla while leaving all of these people sidelined, right? So you have to ask yourself realistically, is it possible? Yes, it's absolutely possible that we tag these 106 before higher. Okay, so once you have that in mind, that we can tag those lower levels, then when it happens, you're not going to be so surprised, and you're going to be ready. And your stops are already going to be in place. You're going to be stopped out, but then you're going to be ready for those longs of these areas, right? That's what you guys have to realize, is the market makers look for where all the liquidity is at, and then they start to hunt them. Granted, could these not be tagged this time around? Yes, it's very possible, right? It's possible that these just stay and we continue higher. But you got to be open to both possibilities at the end of the day. So it's just, again, I'm aware of the liquidity levels, and I'm just being realistic at this point right now. Now let's go and look at some news items. So I'm not going to go over all of these because I don't want to belabor this to be too long, but at the end of the day, the big thing is China and the U.S. with their tariff trade wars, okay? So during this time, Trump has said that President Xi Jinping is open to a trade deal, which is good. And there's been a lot of back and forth in between then, and we'll cover it in a minute. But the matter of fact is, the deadline is November 1st to Trump to implement 100% tariffs on China. Now, they are meeting on October 30th, next Thursday, and so that's going to be a big day, guys. Expect the market to front run it. Expect hyperliquid whales to start longing or shorting, depending on what insider news they have. Expect a lot of stuff to happen as we near October 30th. Now, what also is near October 30th? Well, you have the FOMC date, October 29th. You have the Ethereum staking ETF, October 30th. You have Solana ETF, October 27th, with Hong Kong going live, right? Guys, the end of October is going to be fireworks. That's why I'm telling you, get your entries now. Look for those entries at major support levels in the daily or weekly time frames while your indicators are oversold. This is where it's going to pay, guys. When there's a lot of uncertainty in the market, when people are kind of worried, hey, we may have one last drop, hey, you got to be careful, well, that's when things may start taking off. So, guys, please, just be ready for it. Be patient, but at the same time, still be assertive with your entries and making sure that, one, while you are practicing proper risk management with low leverage, you are still getting in something in the market, because in my opinion, very soon it's going to be riskier to not be in the market than it is to be in the market. Honestly, I believe that. So that's something to watch out for. Also, you have Trump saying he'll keep massive tariffs on India until they stop buying Russian oil. So again, just more tariff drama there. Now, also, White House advisor Hassett says the government shutdown is likely to end sometime this week. Now, sometime this week is very soon. It's over in the next 2 days. And so if the government shutdown ends during that time, great. But if it doesn't, well, another week, right? And so the military is at least getting paid. There's some billionaires that are helping out Trump pay the military and, those essential government workers. So thankful to them. But at the end of the day, we still need the government to reopen to really start to have operations come back and be, as usual, or back to normal, I should say. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, as well as the interest rate cuts moving forward, which I will talk about soon. Also, we have Trump saying China may pay a 155% tariff if there's no trade deal by November 1st. So again, Trump is putting the pressure on China. He knows their economy is not the best. Also, guys, anyone in here who lives in China or lives around the area, how's the economy doing in China right now? Just tell me if it's good or bad. Is the China economy good or is it bad? That'll tell me if these tariffs will have a big effect on them, because they will regardless, but knowing if their economy is good or bad right now will tell me how much more pressure they're feeling to negotiate and come to the table. So if anyone is in China, knows someone in China, knows some insider info about China, let me know in the comments. We'll be very interested to see. But also, yeah, Trump saying he'll make a strong trade deal with China. So again, just adding to the volatility that we're seeing in the markets. Also, we can see here Trump to visit China in early 2026 after being invited by Xi Jinping, which is a good sign. And then Coinbase also acquired crypto investing platform Echo for $375 million, guys. This is Kobe's platform. For anyone who doesn't know Kobe, he's an OG in the crypto space. He's called a lot of things over the years, and he's been in since early, I think 2013 or 2011. I believe it's 2013, but nonetheless, he's been in super early. And he made this platform, and now Coinbase is buying his platform. Coinbase bought his NFT for $25 million to restart the Up Only podcast, which Kobe runs. And that actually restarted base season. So it was a great marketing ploy by Coinbase. Great thing that's why we're seeing a lot of base coins start to pump. So that's the biggest thing, guys, is seeing that, these protocols are willing to do anything. These exchanges are willing to do anything to regain that hype. So, base season's restarting. Now who's going to say, since CZ got pardoned by Trump, now BNB season couldn't be starting again? That's something else to keep in mind. Adrian, what's going on? Good to see you here. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff, guys, that is happening right now. Also, the Federal Reserve looking into payment accounts that would grant crypto and fintech companies access to federal payment rails. Something great to see there. And then gold, guys. This is something that I've been watching as well. Is gold is very, very volatile now. Because the thing that I was talking about last stream when I was saying that people are waiting in line to buy gold, that was the top signal. Okay? When you have people waiting in line to buy gold, obviously, who else can buy after that, right? That's the exit liquidity. And so seeing that, now it confirms that, okay, people are waiting in line to buy gold. Now gold is topping. What does that mean for Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin historically has had an inverse correlation to gold. What I mean by that is when gold drops, Bitcoin tends to rise. It lags, okay? Bitcoin lags gold. So whether it's 60 to 90 days or more, it lags gold within that time frame, meaning that Bitcoin should start to pump in the near future. Gold has had a tear. It's been on a tear the past couple of weeks, even month, right? Couple months. Well, since the beginning of the year, heck, it's been up over 100%. What am I saying? Gold has been on a tear this whole year. It's Bitcoin's turn to take hold. If you look at the copper gold chart, that is bottoming out as well, guys. You literally have to look at these signals. I am telling you guys, a pump is coming very, 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 very soon. Within the next week, guys, we will start seeing massive pumps across the board. That means you got to survive until then. You got to maintain that low leverage. You got to maintain those entries at major supports on the daily or weekly time frame while your indicators are oversold. You got to make sure you guys are being very, very diligent in your execution, okay? You got to be disciplined, guys. At the end of the day, you got to be disciplined. Now, what else do we have here? We have Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller saying cryptocurrency is woven into the fabric of the payment and financial system. That tells you adoption is coming, guys. We're already seeing the government implement it. We're already seeing other countries and nation states and banks and institutions implement it. Now it's being woven into the payment and financial system. Guys, Bitcoin is another form of global currency that's only going to get more prevalent in the future. So maintain that conviction because we are seeing it adopted more and more. Also, we have Hong Kong approving their first spot Solana ETF, which launches October 27th. Like I said, more hype towards the end of October. That's why Solana is doing very well right now. I am in a scalp short on it at 192, not expecting too much, but if that 192 does end up not holding and we close above 193, that'd be my shot to get out of Solana, but still watching that right now. Also, we have Robinhood listing BNB. Again, with CZ being pardoned, I believe that it's very, very close that BNB season will restart. Also, Coinbase and American Express officially launched Coinbase One card in the US, offering up to 4% Bitcoin back on all purchases. Guys, this is very, very interesting here to say the least. This is going to create, a lot of hype and a lot of adoption in the crypto space. And think about it. People are constantly getting 4% back in Bitcoin. Who's buying that? Is it Coinbase that has a reserve of Bitcoin they've already bought? Is it buying it on the open market? Where is that 4% Bitcoin coming back from? If it's buying pressure, you can expect Bitcoin's going to have a nice little rally from that. But nonetheless, good to see on there. More hype for the space. Also, we have Polymarket officially adds BNB deposits and withdrawals to the platform. Again, more hype for it. And another positive development, guys. Tesla reveals none of their 1.3 billion Bitcoin was sold in Q3 of 2025. Guys, Tesla is just getting more bullish by the day. I mean, I have a Tesla Model Y, a new Juniper model. Guys, it's the best car I've ever driven. The full self-driving on Tesla is absolutely insane. I just got upgraded to the new version 14 model, or software. Guys, everyone here needs to buy Tesla. Literally everyone here needs to buy Tesla. If you haven't bought it, have it as a second car if you can afford it. Best car I've ever driven. I don't drive anymore. The car drives me. So if you're in the United States, definitely buy one. Heck, if you're anywhere else, buy one. But if you guys have any more questions about Tesla, let me know. Actually, I do have a ref link for 10 people. So I earn some money, you earn a discount. But anyway, that's enough talking about Tesla. Good to see they are very, very bullish for holding their Bitcoin. Kudos to them. Also, I will answer your questions, guys. Give me another few minutes before we go over the rest of this news, and then I'll answer those. Also, this is interesting, and I want to get your guys' opinion on this. Tucker Carlson said he will not invest in Bitcoin because he believes the CIA created it. Now, Tucker Carlson is very, very well informed, I should say. He asks a lot of good questions. He knows a lot of good information. And so when he says it's formed by the CIA, that could have some legitimacy. Again, I know, guys, it's tongue-in-cheek. What do you guys think? Do you think Bitcoin is formed by the CIA or not? Yes, if you think Bitcoin is formed by the CIA or a three-letter agency like the NSA, FBI, etc., or no, if you think it was not formed by one of those entities, and instead you think it was Hal Finney, Nick Szabo, or one of the other, I should say, people that that people are expecting. So let me know, guys. Do you think Bitcoin is created by a three-letter agency? Yes. If not, no. Curious to see where the masses are thinking here. And also, we had JP Morgan expecting the Federal Reserve to end quantitative tightening next week. Guys, if this happens, do you know how bullish that would be? You know how bullish that would be for the market if the Fed ends quantitative tightening next week? Like, that would open the door for quantitative easing, for monetary, stimulus. Like, guys, it would be an insane pump. And you think the market's, front running now? Wait until that happens. Huge, huge pump afterwards. Also, we have Treasury Secretary Bessent saying America's golden age is underway and the best is yet to come. Very good news from Bessent. Trump also pardoned CZ. So this was big news as well. And again, like it or hate it, I think that, if someone was wrongfully convicted or they did not, commit certain crimes, then they should be pardoned. I agree with that. I know that Binance had a lot of manipulation that happened on October 10th, and that's something I think they still need to answer for. But again, CZ, I believe, could be net positive for the space. It's, again, 50-50 on it, right? I literally could go either way. I know Luke is very against Binance right now, and I don't blame him. Like, guys, they manipulate so many things. Their wicks on their exchange are so much lower and wider than most exchanges. Like, how can you not say there's not manipulation there? But anyway, well, I digress from that. But yeah, good to see at least Trump pardoning some crypto founders here and at least opening the door for a lot more, a lot more operations in the space. Also, yeah, the U.S. mortgage rates falls to the lowest level in over a year. Great to see on that. Then also you have President Trump to meet with President Xi Jinping next Thursday. Guys, this is big. Trump was talking about meeting in 2026. Now he's moved it up to next Thursday. So you see what I'm saying about all of these events being front ran now? It's only a matter of time. Now you're seeing the value in these dips that we're having. Now you're starting to see, okay, I'm building conviction now. Now I see the market, yes, we may have one more dip, but that's going to be for buying because all these catalysts coming by the end of the month, right? Like, these are the things where if you pay attention, it becomes very easy to trade. That's why I have orders on Ethereum set at 38.50. I'm ready for that. I have my stop loss at a daily close below 37.90 because if daily closes below that, we're going a lot lower. Like, there's no question about it. At that point, I would look at entry near 36.20, 36.30 on the trendline support for Ethereum. So again, a lot of opportunities, guys. And then Treasury Secretary Bessent to meet with Chinese Vice Premier He Lifeng tomorrow to discuss trade. So that's going to be actually today, their meeting. That's great to see. Then also you're going to have Peter Thiel and CZ agreeing to, or Peter Schiff, sorry, and CZ agreeing to Bitcoin versus gold debate. Very interesting to see that. And finally, you have Trump terminating all trade negotiations with Canada. Nothing too crazy there. They've never had a good relationship. So again, more or less a nothing burger on that. And then today we had CPI data as well, so the U.S. inflation rises to 3%, lower than expectations. What does that mean? Well, it's a weird thing where bad news is good news and good news is bad news. What I mean by that is the more good news we have, the less likely that the Fed's going to cut rates, by a bigger amount, meaning the less likely that Fed's going to cut rates by 50 basis points versus 25 basis points if we have good news. So you kind of want bad news, so the Fed will cut rates more, we'll start more stimulus, etc. It's a weird dichotomy and a weird relationship right now we have with these results. So it's kind of a, bizarro world, if you will. But nonetheless, that's kind of why you had the market drop today from quote-unquote good news. And then also, we have Jamie Dimon, who originally said Bitcoin's a fraud and Ponzi, now saying they'll allow institutional clients to use Bitcoin as collateral. So literally a 180, or 180 there from what they said in 2017, guys. So literally pay attention to what these banks and institutions do, not what they say. While yes, they may talk bad about it, they're buying it in the background. They're buying it behind closed doors. Do not listen to what they say, guys. So literally now they've accumulated all their Bitcoin they want. Now they're pushing it to the masses. So literally it's clear as day at this point. But like I said, we were early before all of them. And then another thing here is Rumble is to launch Bitcoin and crypto tipping feature for its 51 million users. A lot of people, guys, are going to get exposed to cryptocurrency. And I guarantee you a lot of these people haven't even traded crypto. But now, if they get tipped in it, they're going to be forced to download a wallet, forced to interact with it. That's just going to increase adoption, have more people coming into the space, have more capital flowing into the space. And then they will pump our bags. So great to see there. Now, let's go ahead and scroll to the top, guys. A lot of questions to answer. So let me go ahead and get them answered. Now, let me go ahead and pop out the chat so you guys can see which questions I am answering. So give me a second, guys. 1 second. All right. Cool. All right, let me pause this. Let me restore the chat. Pop it out one more time. Okay, here we go. All right, so we like AI Luke. I love that, guys. Okay, Akuma, what are your thoughts on Brett potentially reaching 1 billion again, or would it be wiser to X now? I'm not entering Brett, honestly. I mean, yeah, it's a base token. Okay, I'll give it that, right? It's a base token. Could it do well? Yes. Is it holding major support levels on the daily, weekly time frame? That's what you got to decide. Where are the indicators at? Are they oversold? Do they have a chance to rise? If so, then fine. But I'm just staying out of it for now. Juan Sanchez says, I just joined the community. What do I need to know? Juan, you need to know that you have arrived to the best crypto community around, that you are now entering a period of extreme financial success and prosperity in your life, that everything you ever wanted is going to come to you. That's what you need to know, Juan. Tim, I'm up 50% on Intel from your call when the government bought part of it. I appreciate the insight always. Hey, awesome, Tim. So glad you guys are profiting. Again, whenever the government buys these stocks, you guys need to get in them. It's literally an insider trading signal. Like, guys, I don't think you realize crime is legal right now. All these stocks, everything that's going on in crypto, crime is legal. If you're not profiting from it now, you're never going to profit from it, okay? Take advantage of these opportunities, guys. The government is literally handing you money on a silver platter. Take it. Take it. Also, before I forget, if you guys aren't following me on X at the CryptoData, go ahead and follow me on there. I post a lot of good content, guys. I have a lot of good things, and so definitely give me a follow on there. Check my pinned message. Check all my recent messages, guys. I post as much as possible, so always appreciated. Let's see what's going on, Pete. Good to see you, Marit. What is about? Hey, what's going on, Darren? Good to see you here. Hit the like button. Yes, please hit the like button, guys. We got 135 viewers and only 56 likes. If we can get some likes on there, that would be amazing. As for our ACD, why is the market moving up and down like this? Has no direction to go. Like my notice for crypto are everywhere. SWAR, because what I went over recently, a lot of conflicting signals, a lot of front running, a lot of uncertainty in the market. Uncertainty breeds volatility. That's the biggest thing right now. Malik, what do you think about Meteor's token launch? No opinion on that. I actually need to do more research on that, Malik. Hacks, greetings, CD. Hope you're doing amazing. Hey, hope you're doing amazing, Hacks. Carter, can we do KTA review back to all-time highs? Yeah, I'll check it out in the charting. S4, also, do you think market's moving according to the sentiments or technicals like charts and ETFs? Yeah, I think it's a combination of that and macro news. Actually, holding a long position for Bitcoin from 106 over the week now. Should I close it and re-enter on the next dip or keep holding? Actually, I would keep holding. I think Bitcoin's going to go a lot higher. Super Luke, what do you think about market open, close, high, low, time indicator, weekly high? It's not a bad indicator. I mean, like I said, if there's something that can help you, I think the pivots indicator is a very good one, but any indicator that can help you with your SR lines and they're accurate, I say go for it. Pollo Loco says, what are your thoughts on Kodak? Been looking into it and I like it. Wondering if you had any info on it. So I don't have any info on it, Pollo Loco. But if they still are posting, if they still have catalysts on the horizon, if they're still having a strong chart, making higher lows, then yeah, I would say stay in it. Cyrus says, yo, for liquidation map, what does the yellow heat map mean again? How do you place your bet for higher probability of profit with liquidation? So the yellow liquidation means there's a lot of clusters, meaning, for example, there's a lot of shorts and they have their liquidation price where those yellow areas are. That's what it means. And market makers make money whenever they liquidate traders. And so that's why price tends to gravitate towards those yellow areas, because the market makers are liquidating those shorts because that's where the liquidation levels are at. And then same for the downside. If people are long, below, if you see yellow lines below, then that's where the long liquidation prices are at. Esor says, as always, thanks for your advice. Tips so far. Even though I'm in another city away from home, I'm already planning what needs to be done and already joined a gym, taking care of my health, etc. Guys, this is important here. I know we talk about crypto a lot, but guys, you have to be healthy. Health is wealth, okay? I know you guys promoting this grind culture. I know a lot of people here are between 16 and 25, but guys, you got to take care of your health. That means sleeping 7 to 8 hours a day, dieting, drinking spring water from glass bottles or reverse osmosis water, eating organic food, exercising 3 to 5 times per week. Like, guys, all of this stuff, I promise you, will change your life overnight. Literally overnight. If you start implementing these positive habits, stay away from drinking, guys. Stay away from girls. Stay away from all that stuff that's a negative influence on your life. It's not worth it. I guarantee you it's not worth it. Focus on your health now, because it will return profits to you 10 times over than partying, than hanging out, and doing bad things with friends. I promise you guys, you incorporate positive habits into your life, it's going to change overnight, and you're going to become that person you've envisioned your entire life. S4 says, also, has gold topped, or is it just going to form a double top like Bitcoin in 2021? It looks like it's going to form a double top, but honestly, if the market keeps going like it is, gold's probably going to go a lot higher. This is probably a temporary pullback. Akuma, what are your thoughts on Brett potentially reaching $1 billion? Yeah, I would say unlikely. That boy Adrian, yep, what's going on, Adrian? Philip says, could you chart Cake later today on its weekly TL and 200 EMA on the daily and LT possible inverse head and shoulders? Yeah, Philip, I'll check that out. I'll look at Cake and I'll look at KTA. As for also just an observation, all the U.S. stocks are forming a megaphone pattern, so win crypto, man. Exactly. Win crypto indeed, right? When stocks are reaching all-time highs and crypto's delayed, I mean, it's definitely frustrating. ACD, Brendan, good to see you here. BTC Gold, we'll check out that chart as well. So we got BTC Gold, KTA, and Cake. Brooke, you think Sol will hit 300 in Q4? 300 is a stretch for Q4, but I think 250 is a good target. Dolan, CD, I got this thought. Knowing that we track whale wallets, could they trick us and long into October 10th all over again? Good question, Dolan. And Dolan, here comes the question you need to think about. Is look at the hyperliquid whale, okay? The one that shorted before the market crashed. Look at that whale and tell me, what are you seeing with that whale? What is that whale doing? Because that's going to be the one to follow. Hootie, hope you're having a blessed Friday, CD. Hope you're having a blessed Friday as well, Hootie. Love you guys so much. Malik, your thoughts on Candle? Do you think it has potential? Candle, I'm not really investing in, to be honest with you guys. The relative strength is very, very weak. Eswar, at this point, Trump has tested us mentally more than trading it. Exactly, he sure has. What are the main core reasons you think there will be another pump? Just a lot of reasons I announced earlier, but the U.S. government's accumulation plan for the SBR, Ethereum staking ETF on the horizon, quantitative tightening ending, quantitative easing, monetary stimulus starting, interest rates being cut, Sol ETF starting to be approved, XRP, Litecoin, Doge ETFs, Link ETFs. What else? Got just a ton of reasons. Dolan, but it seemed Trump's most recent tweets did not have much impact, so I guess technical is strengthening up again aside from noise. Yes, that's the thing, is whenever Trump's tweets don't have as much of an effect on the market, that's when you start to see the market going to that accumulation phase, and there starts to be more of support, I should say, and that's when you should start paying attention, because then the market's going to pump very, very soon. Eswar, CD doesn't have time to drive. He be analyzing in the car too. Exactly. Eswar, honestly, I am. Tesla's been the best investment as far as full self-driving. If you guys want my ref link, let me know. If you're thinking about getting a Tesla in the near future, you earn 3 free months of full self-driving. I earn $250 that I can use towards some accessories. Go Science, BTC is open source. There you go. Okay, as far as the Bitcoin, was it created by the CIA, NSA, etc.? Most people are saying no. Nope, likely not. Pollo Loco says yes. The Poor says yes. Ralph says not. Nope, 50-50. If Bitcoin created by CIA, does that still matter though? I mean, at the end of the day, no. I mean, you're going to make money either way, right? But it's just an interesting concept that they really did. It kind of creates another layer of complexity and just layer of surveillance where people may think that they're anonymous, quote unquote. Obviously, it's public on the blockchain, but you know what I mean, right? More surveillance than expected. But at the end of the day, no, it doesn't really matter. Bert says, hello, what's going on? Carter says, probably, don't think so, but doesn't matter. Yep. Okay. Yeah, guys. So basically what everyone's saying here is, no, it doesn't matter that much. Or it seems about 20% of people think it was or unsure, while 80% think no. So interesting to say the least. Just a little thought experiment. Barantis says, ACD, what do you expect on crypto after interest rate cuts? After interest rate cuts, I think we're going to have a nice little pump. Darian, hey, are you guys closing the free Gym Hunter and just making it a private? No, so free Gym Hunter should still be open. I'm not sure what Luke is doing, to be honest with you. I know that, you can't comment in there anymore because it's just getting too much to manage. But I don't think Luke is closing the free Gym Hunter. No, because I think he still has it in his bio. Brendan says, with winter mutes, good to know. Exploit, why is the chat and the Gym Hunters chat group disabled? Yeah, because there's just too much to manage on there. So especially with all the mods and everything. Let's see. Binance is a scam exchange, honestly. Yeah, no, they definitely are. Brooke, yeah, the GC was really, really good. Hey, appreciate that, Brooke. Andrew, thanks for the excellent work. Much appreciated. What's your thoughts on gold and silver short term? Gold, slightly bearish. Silver, still bullish. Sebastian, you have a few tabs open, man. Yeah, I do have a few tabs open. Only a few. That's all, right? I mean, how much is this? Well, we got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Only about 35, 40. Not too bad. You should see me whenever I'm on my desktop, because I'm on my laptop right now. I'm on my desktop. Oh my goodness. See 100 plus tabs up there. Let's see. The Players Club. Do you hodl or trade perps for the majors like Bitcoin and ETH? I trade perps on the majors because they're a little bit more predictable and a little bit less volatile than, say, like a meme coin I'm trying to trade. For actual hodl, I would say, high conviction alts. So yes, I'll have spot bags in some of the high majors, but I'll also trade them in perps. Get the best of both worlds. Peak Within says, BTC being created by CIA is interesting because the amount of its market cap, $2 trillion. It is, right? It's very interesting. And it's just, like I said, it's a thought experiment, curious. Most people don't go that route. But if Tucker Carlson says it, he's usually been spot on with a lot of these quote-unquote conspiracy theories. So that'd be interesting, to say the least. Claudio, ACD, I just want to say thank you. I began learning about watching all your streams. After many losses and liquidations, I finally had my most recent crypto month. My most consistent crypto month. I appreciate all the data, bro. Claudio, that's so awesome to hear. And this is the kind of things I love, guys. If you guys are learning from me, whether it's a little bit or a lot, it makes me feel great. And, as long as I can walk you guys through the markets and what's going on so that you guys have a little bit clearer view of it, I mean, my job is done at that point, right? And so, I mean, make sure you guys are following me on X. Make sure you guys are watching these streams. You watch all the recordings. You get as much data as you can because that's what it's about, guys. Removing emotion from the equation and only looking at the data. Brooke, will we see you link up with Luke before GTA 6? You will, Brooke. Yes, you will. You will, actually. Guys, me and Luke are going to be on the same video, and you're going to see us. And you're going to see, right? And it's going to be hilarious. But you'll see how our voices are different, right? He has a little more bass than I do. It's very funny, though. I love the Luke with, the jokes about myself being Luke. Let's see. Saeed, John, what's the best crypto card that's available worldwide? KYC or non-KYC? Ooh, good question, Saeed. So the best crypto card, honestly, okay, so I would say this, Cast, K-A-S-T. Cast is the best one. Look at it, and it's the best one to, in my opinion, you can earn the most on. And it's just, I mean, yes, you have to KYC with it, but there's really, you just load crypto on it, spend it. It's super easy. So K-A-S-T, look at that. Baronta says, expectations on KTA, I think $1 sooner rather than later by the end of the year. Driven by luck, what's going on? 36912, yes, absolutely. Thoughts on Ondo? I'm bullish for it long term. It's an RWA token. I know BlackRock is very big on RWA, tokenization of assets. Super Luke, what do you think about the BingX exchange? So they messaged me a lot to try to get me to partner with them. Honestly, I haven't used them, so I'm not sure how good they are, but I do know a lot of influencers are partnered with them. Carter, does KTA have a shot at all-time highs? Ooh. I never want to say never, so yeah, it does. I mean, they have good tech. Mr. Robinson, I've been looking into some laptops for when I get some things paid off. Data to upgrade my current one to Dinosaur. Would you recommend an Apple laptop or something else? So, Mr. Robinson, only because I've been using this one for a while, I'd recommend the Asus ROG Strix laptop. So the ASUS, ASUS ROG Strix, STRIX. Look at ASUS ROG Strix laptop, and you want to get at least 64 gigs of RAM with a good processor, a good GPU, like the RTX 4070 or something. That's going to be beefy, and that's going to be able to run multiple tabs for you. ASUS ROG Strix with the RTX 4070 or better, 64 gigs of RAM or more, you'll be cooking after that. Doolin, thoughts on Pengu and Bucky and Aster? Pengu, I'm bullish for Q4. Bucky, bullish for Q4. Actually, probably all of these I'm bullish for Q4. Just because CZ got pardoned, I think he's probably going to crime up Aster. S4 also has gold top. They're just going for a double top in BTC. I think gold's top temporarily. Yes, gold has local top. Absolutely. I don't know if it's top like for the rest of the cycle, though. I'm looking at enter Aster at $1. Good entry. Capital Club leaked where to track the government signals and where to see copper versus gold chart. So you can just look at TradingView and type in copper/GLD. That'd be the copper gold chart. Or copper/XAU, actually. That'd be a better one. Malik, expectations on candle, no expectations. Driven by luck, 12-12. Yes, 12-12. There you go. Love that. Anyone knows the 12-12 company? It's a great company, guys. You guys need to check it out. Clothing company. Awesome company. Go Science. Thoughts on Met airdrop, especially the chart. Could we see something similar like Pengu? I need to look at the Met airdrop. I'm assuming you're talking about Meteora. I haven't researched that enough to give a qualified answer. As for our current accumulation by smart money, there you go. I'm DCing into Met just in case. There you go. Some top guys saying on some podcasts that AI will replace traders. How valid is that? Mehedi, that's a very valid concern because AI is only going to get better. Trading bots are only going to get better. At the end of the day, you're going to remove emotion out of the equation. Just like Tesla has full self-driving for their cars, AI is going to trade for everyone. Write it down, book it. The time to make profit is narrowing, guys. If you don't have a trading bot that's trading for you, you got to create one. You got to have something on the side as well. I promise you, you will thank yourself in the future. Philip, do you still think Bitcoin will top in Q1 2026? I think it's a likelihood. I think right now the likelihood is about 50-50. I think that December could very well be a top for us. I don't think we've topped yet, but I do think we had a local top this October, obviously near 120, 123. And so at the end of the day, now it's just about being patient, waiting for that pump. If we don't make an all-time high by the end of this year, then yes, we'll make it in Q1 of next year. Sala says, DCAing into KTA all the way down to 28 cents paid off. Sala, kudos to you for having the wherewithal to actually find that KTA was a good investment all the way down to those lows. Glad you're making some good profits on that. Super Luke, how do you find good people in crypto? Honestly, it's just based off their based off their past calls. So looking at people that have called good things in the past and, have they been consistent? That's the biggest thing, consistency in crypto. Are they promoting scams? If they are, do not follow them. Are they promoting a lot of junk tokens? That means they're getting paid to promote these. Guys, do not follow those people. Look at the people that are providing value. If they provide consistent value, that's how you know they're good. Don, what are your thoughts on ETH? I think if it can hold above 38.50 on the daily, it's very bullish. How do you track Wallet Bro? Look at Nansen AI. Nansen AI is a good platform. Or use Arkham. Yes, Malik says use Arkham. Where do you follow and track whales? Yeah, Nansen or Arkham. Thanks for the market overviews. Very interesting and useful data. I appreciate it, Ronaldo. Cyrus, track wallet like Hyperliquid Whale. Yeah, so you can go to... what's the actual thing on that? Let me see, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Give me... Let's see. I think it's called Hyper... Let me see. Here we go. HyperDash. Okay, so when you're asking about the Hyperliquid Whale, can I respond to this? No. Okay. So Cyrus, I'll just respond in the chat. Give me 2 seconds. At Cyrus. There you go. That's one of the Hyperliquid Whales there. You track it on hyperdash.info. Baron says, what do you expect? You expect memes to pump? I do. I think Q4 is going to be good for memes. Hyperliquid leaderboard. Yep. MD says, are you Luke? I am not Luke. Nope. But don't worry, MD. You're only the 200th person to ask. We sound similar, though. I will give you that. Jim, good afternoon, brother. Hope all's well. Just want to thank you, the group on Lin USDT for the win. Made my subscription back. Hey, awesome, Jim. So glad to hear that. Love to hear that. Zizin, Aster TA. Yep, I'll go over Aster in a minute. Veer says my grandpa created Bitcoin. A big if true. Super Luke, is any Gym Hunters chat coming for everyone again? Probably not, but never say never. Makita, translate Satoshi Nakamoto from Japanese and you would have an answer. Ah, okay. Makita with the wisdom, the stoic wisdom. Dropping it, I like it. Let's see. Harsh, yep, I will give you an Aster trade update in a minute. Hey, respect, appreciate you. Malik says, your thoughts on Ton? Do you think it'll coming up? I don't like Ton, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Just because the team can't agree. There's a lot of friction between the team members. It's just they can't get on the same page. If they reorganize their top executives and team, then yes, maybe. But until then, eh. The Players Club. Which would you say are high conviction alts? I think Ethereum, Solana, Hyperliquid, and maybe BNB. Zizin, any thoughts on Trump's Commerce Department investing in certain quantum stocks? Yes, Zizin, actually, thank you for reminding me about that. Guys, quantum stocks are the future. If you get anything out of this stream, besides the crypto news, invest in quantum stocks. Look at the ones that the Trump Commerce Department invested in. Invest in those and wait. Because, guys, quantum is the future. You want that 100x return over the next 10 years? Quantum stocks are the way to do it. It's like investing in AI 10 years ago. Carter, I actually just thought you were Luke from The Voice. We need a KTA review, though. Awesome. Guys, okay, let's go ahead and have a thing here. Tell me, how much do I sound like Luke? Give me a percentage. Do I 100% sound like him, 85% sound like him, 90%, 50%? I'm curious because I get this question all the time on these streams. Am I Luke Belmar? I'm not Luke Belmar. I'm John Luke. And my X account is CryptoData. But I'm curious. Just give me a percentage because I just want to know how much I sound like him over these streams. Sovereign. I must be Central Intelligence then. There you go, Sovereign. Let's see. Duelin says, go for Asus. Been using mine for a good 8 years now. Yes, Duelin, glad you're agreeing with me on the laptop. Joseph, do you know something about VWA? I do not know anything about VWA. Lucas, AVNT up 30% on the day. Yep, the base token, base season is real. Specifically, Ionic, IONQ. Yes, this stock, this quantum stock, very good. Very, very good. Eric, how was your experience about the trading bot? Where can I learn more about the trading bot? So I just meant like AI creating trading bots. So just look up ChatGPT, like how to create a crypto trading bot, and just look from there. There's a lot of trading bots already created, but obviously there's still a lot of work to do for them for profitability wise. Ghost Science says, yes, I like Cast and I'm on my road to 10K points. There is an upcoming TGE 2021 H1. Ah, good to know. I did not know they were releasing a token. Appreciate that. Harsh says Cast for Android. Brooke, like the vid, guys. It's the least we could do. Yes, if you guys could like the vid, that'd be awesome. Let's see. What do you think about KNT? No thoughts on that. Thanks, bro. You're the man. Ain't no problem, Cyrus. SWAR, CD, I think you should keep a disclaimer from next stream that I'm not Luke Belmar. Yes, I think that would be great, SWAR. Or just having a bot that's saying I'm not Luke Belmar over and over. It looks like ETH is bouncing off of an old trend line. It broke through on the monthly. Yes, that trend line actually is near 38.50 as well, Tim. Thanks for the reminder. Baronta says, if I pay with a crypto card, can I avoid taxes? It's debatable. It's a gray area. It's a gray area. Technically, you're supposed to still pay them. It's a gray area. So let's see. Okay, let's see the percentages that sound like Luke. 80%, 35%, 50, 90. What good examples of quantum stocks should I keep my eye on? So IONQ is a good one. But just search on Google, Trump Commerce Department invests in quantum stocks. Just search that. 85% I sound like Luke, 75%, 80 to 90, 88, 80, like 65, laugh is similar, 78, 60, 65, 80. You get used to it eventually. 75, 85, 80. You talk way faster than Luke, bro. There you go. See? See, I have different mannerisms, guys. 67. We know you are Luke, just can't prove it yet. Oh, I love this, guys. You guys crack me up. Malik says, what is quantum stocks? Like quantum. Like quantum computing, right? So it's a faster form of computing than regular CPUs. So with regular computers, you have bits, bytes, you have zeros and ones, binary code. Quantum can be in two different places at the same time, instantaneously, simultaneously, therefore allowing it to compute things trillions of times faster than normal computers. It sounds sci-fi, it sounds fiction, but it's real. And they're starting to make quantum computers that can These problems that used to take 10,000 years to solve, they're solving them in minutes with quantum computers. Literally that quickly, guys. So quantum is the future. Quantum resistant technology is the future because people are concerned that the Bitcoin SHA-256 algorithm will get broken. So now they're working on that. And so look at quantum crypto as well. There's a lot of quantum stuff, guys. It's going to be the new buzzword. But from everyone looking at the percentage that I sound like Luke, it seems like we can agree about 75%. 75% is probably the amount that I sound like Luke, which is so funny, but I love it. I'm here for it, guys. Propa says, you just talk and use the same vocabulary as if you learned from him. Yeah, I did watch him for a while beforehand. That's why the vocabulary and the communication and the words, they tend to sound similar. 90% from Alec, nice. The bottom is definitely near, Brendan says. Even institutional traders are going heavy long. STH also experienced enough pain, and yes, you're Luke. Oh, the jig is up. Brendan called it. Saeed, I don't know why, but I don't think you sound like Luke. Yes, some people can hear it and some people can't. I think it just depends what speakers you're hearing me through, honestly. Go Science, do you know where to acquire RR, Richie Tech Robotics? I do not, but I would search on Google, and it should give you an exchange you can buy it on. 100% didn't know you were Luke until you told me. There you go, Harsh. So funny. Doolin says, nah, bro, these people haven't heard enough of Luke Belmar. Your voice is different. There you go, Doolin. Yes, we're definitely different. Philip says, bro, for me, 0%. I listen to a lot of Luke's podcasts, and you don't sound like him at all. See, it's funny, guys. It's funny. Just people that have listened to Luke for a while, they know I don't sound like him, but people who maybe haven't, maybe can see that I sound a little bit like him. But it's funny, though. It's just funny to see people's different perception. Can someone hold Bitcoin just like saving it in the bank? Yes, absolutely. Are you coming for Bitcoin Amsterdam? I am not, Top Aeon. I am not, actually. But I'll let you guys know the next conference I'll be at. Super Luke, can you explain what KTA is and why it's so important? KTA, they're doing a lot of stuff. Just look up Keeta, K-E-E-T-A, and you'll see them on YouTube and watch a lot of their YouTube shorts, and you'll see why they're so prevalent and why they're so good. Mafu says, I'm typing to learning about crypto, but there are lots of things to learn. Here's the problem I don't understand. How to start learning first and how to begin properly. So you want to learn support and resistance. You want to learn technical analysis. And so go on YouTube and search how to draw support resistance for beginners, right? How to draw support resistance for beginners. Watch one of the videos that come up, learn how to draw SR lines, and then start following good people in the space, like myself, at the CryptoData, and then a few others as well, like Virtual Bacon, Benjamin Cohen. Follow those people and learn from them, and that's how you'll get better. Let me actually link their account as well. So, 1 second, guys. Here's people you should follow. Okay, myself. Obviously, I'll link it here in the chat. Okay, so there's myself. You also have Benjamin Cohen into the Cryptoverse. Very good guy. You also have Virtual Bacon. Also, guys, to prove I'm not Luke Belmar, I mean, if I was Luke Belmar, why would I follow myself, right? That would not make sense that I'm following myself. So just another proof there. We're different people. But nonetheless, also follow Luke if you haven't, and follow the Gem Hunters account as well. Make sure you guys follow the Gem Hunters account, as always. But yeah, those are good people you guys should be following if you are new, okay? I mean, in general, even if you're not new. See, Daniel says, is there a way to recover losses? I mean, honestly, just be patient and look for those good entries at major support levels on the daily or weekly time frames while your indicators are oversold, and use low leverage, if any, right? And just be very disciplined, have a trading strategy, have stop losses, just be very diligent in your trading strategy, because if you fail to prepare, then you prepare to fail. Joseph, is it a good time to open long on BTC, or is it better to wait? I mean, 110K isn't bad. You could DCA down to 108K and then 106K. BNspo says, bro is using AI to sound like Luke. The jig is up, guys. I am using AI to sound like Luke. This whole time, I've had an AI voice converter, actually. And so I want you guys to think I'm Luke Belmar so that my AI voice is just coming through. So BNspo actually found me out, and the jig is up, guys. I'm sorry. I won't use AI again to sound like Luke. I apologize. Harsh, KTA leverage not on BloFin. If it's not, then yeah, you could just buy spot. Harsh says, I bought some spot going in, good profit. Very nice. Very, very nice. Zizan says, Elon seems very bullish on quantum. Yeah, Elon, I mean, if Elon's bullish on quantum, you know how to do it. Mahfouz, give me a roadmap for me about crypto trading to start. So there you go. I just linked some people you should follow. Mahfouz. Jim Cabrera says, do you ever get with Luke and talk about this stuff? Yeah, I'll DM him on Discord. I'll sometimes DM him on X. And yeah, we'll just chat about the market. Cast not available in India. Harsh. If Cast isn't available in India, then what you can do, let me think. You can use Bitrafil. So Bitrafil is you can buy gift cards with crypto. So I think there is some availability in India with that. It's here. Let me 1 second. I think it's Bitrafil. I think that's how you spell it. But just search Bitrafil crypto on Google, and then you should be able to see where you can buy gift cards with crypto. And that could be a way you could buy like Visa debit card or whatever. Zid, after October 11th drop, I found to be more profitable scalping. There you go. Yeah, scalping is very volatile, guys. Thoughts on Fart? It's just the performance hasn't been that good, to be honest. Ralph, what's the difference between long and short? Longing, you're betting the price is going to go up. Shorting, you're betting the price is going to go down. You make money accordingly. Daniel, can BTC go to 90K? If I believe the trade was still there, it will get worse and go to 90K. Can you please tell if Aster can go to 10 USDT? Aster going to $10 is a stretch. I'll give it $3 to $4, but 10's a stretch. Bitcoin, yes, anything is possible, but I don't think it's going that low. 95K would be the lowest. What's your opinion on prop firm trading? It's very risky. Using other people's money to trade can provide a different form of stress on you, and so just be mindful of that. Jim says, I meant, do you and Luke talk about the voice thing? Oh, you know, I mentioned it to him once. I don't know if he said anything. I don't know if he responded to it after that, but yeah, I think it was like one time. One time I mentioned it to him. He kind of chuckled. So, hey, no problem, Goopa. Bronze. Okay, guys, cool. Finally caught up with the questions. Now I'm gonna go speed around here because stream's almost over, and then I'll chart, and then we'll call it there. So, looking at the overall market, again, Bitcoin 110.2, ETH 3887. Top gainers Avantis. Good to see at least base tokens pumping again. And then also you have BNB still holding up. Now 24-hour gainers, the Chain Opera AI token. This token has been crazy, the volatility of it, 9.6%. Zcash up again, very, very strong. Jupiter very strong. Pump Fund very strong. Again, a lot of good to see a lot of bounces. Even though the market's choppy, you still have altcoins outperforming. Now also the Fear and Greed Index is at 32, so it remains a good value to buy during these levels. When it's in neutral, that remains, more volatility and not as good of a value risk to reward wise. But when it gets to fear or extreme fear, we've seen how much it can bottom the market. So that's when really you'd go all in when it gets to extreme fear below 20. But for now, you can start DCing a little bit. Now, ETF flows, Bitcoin is 20 mil, and then Ethereum was negative 120 mil. As far as the outflows yesterday, 127 mil. So that tells me that still Ethereum is underperforming. Now, when these flows start coming back on Ethereum, guys, that's when Ethereum is going to start outperforming. You're going to see a lot of institutions getting into it. Like I said, October 30th is BlackRock's final deadline for the ETH staking ETF. So keep an eye on October 30th date. But the more times we have outflows, the more days we have outflows, you can expect inflows are coming in the near future. Now, looking at the charts real quick. So, Bitcoin's making higher lows. This is what I want to look for, guys. Also, the RSI is crossing above the signal line. Stock RSI is still crossing to the upside, so still a lot of room for Bitcoin to go to the upside. What I want to see is a close above 110.4K on the daily in the next 5 hours. If we see that, very bullish. I target 112 next. If we close above 112, this 113.2 is actually a big level. It's the 50 EMA on the daily, so if Bitcoin can close above that, it's going to signal a shift in the trend, and then we could start resuming the uptrend, okay? Until then, until we stay below this 113.2K, you still have to remain, maintain that risk management. But once we cross above it, then you can really start looking for longs even more so after that. But at the very least, guys, I want to see us make a higher low. I want to see at least something like this, right? You know what I mean? To where Bitcoin can kind of start, making higher lows and really start resuming that uptrend afterwards. So that's what I'm watching for now. But in the meantime, just being patient, watch for that daily close. Now, looking at Ethereum, we're talking about Ethereum holding that trend line on the monthly. You guys were mentioning earlier. I'll show you guys also that trend line. But you can see here, Ethereum's at 39.07. Love to see it. Love to see us bouncing from that 38.50 level. Now, that monthly trend line they were talking about, there's actually a weekly trend line as well, but it probably coincided the same. But you can see here, Ethereum rejected all the way from December 13th of 2021. Rejected. Look at that, guys. Now we are bouncing off of it. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful to see when trend lines work out, right? And if you guys can't see it, boom. Boom. Resistance. Now support. Okay? You see that? You see that, guys? Rejected. rejected, rejected, now bouncing. You see that, right? That's what you guys have to keep in mind. That's why it pays to look at these trend line, guys. That's why it pays to look at that, okay? We got the liquidity zone, got that liquidity. Now getting ready to go to the upside. There's a lot of drawings on here. Let me go ahead and delete some of these. 1 second. I think I drew this. Did I draw this on the daily? I think I drew it on the daily. Yeah, here we go. So this is what I meant. By looking at the RSI, you can draw trend lines on the RSI. And so when you see we had resistance, support, resistance, resistance. Now we're looking to cross above, guys. Guys, if the daily can close above this, you know how bullish that would be? You know how much Ethereum would absolutely send to Valhalla, guys? We're close. The stock RSI is looking very close. I'll tell you what the stock RSI looks like right now. It looks like one of those things where you have trend lines and then they start getting more parabolic, right? Something like that. And then they just go vertical afterwards. And it's just like, boom. You know what I mean? Like those moves that just get more and more steep. So this is what it looks like, where it's like, okay, we had a nice little bounce, then we're getting a little steeper, and then we just go parabolic, and then ETH just breaks near here to 4,400. That's what it looks like. So ETH is doing good right now. Let's see how the daily closes in 5 hours. But if you're looking to buy Ethereum, 38.50, first entry, and then really I would look at 36.30, this trend line support on the bull flag. It's going to be a great buy level, guys. Oh, I just had to stretch. Yeah, it's going to be a great buy level, 36.30. Okay, and then let's go. Resistance is going to be 40.60. If we can close the daily above 40.60, very bullish. And then like with Bitcoin, we got to close above this 50 EMA at 41.30. Even more bullish after that. Then it's off to the races. Now let's look at Solana. I'll look at KTA, I'll look at Cake, and then we'll probably have to end the stream soon, guys, because I do got to go pick up some food and do some other errands today. But nonetheless, Solana is at 191.72, very, very close to crossing above to the upside. Again, we had RSI cross above the trend line, stock RSI crossing above. Very, very good, very bullish. Solana needs to close above 193 on the daily. If it can close above 193 on the daily, then we're straight going to 200, guys. 200 to 203 where the 50 EMA is. You see this pattern here where all of these cryptocurrencies are below their 50 EMA and they rejected off of it in the past. You see how much confluence there is between certain indicators, or certain coins, right? Like they're all connected, guys. They're all doing the same patterns. And so if they're all showing the same thing, you can expect, okay, we're probably going to have a breakout very, very soon. So something to keep an eye on as well. Now for support for Solana, if it rejects here, 175 is the money level. If you can long, I had a long at 176. It literally went to 176.55. Barely missed it. But nonetheless, I would look at 183 to 185 and then 175 if you're looking along there. Let's go over KTA Cake. And then I'll go over Aster as well. You can see here KTA, guys. Again, same thing here. This resistance, right? 50 EMA. If it can break and close above 65 cents, I'll say 68 cents. If it can break and close above 68, then it could be starting a new bullish trend, okay? But the stock RSI is getting overbought, guys, so just be careful on the daily. Could have a little pullback. Where would it pull back to? I mean, 44 cents would be an easy buy level. Above that, 50 cents would be a good area to bid. But we may have a short-term pullback, especially with this 50 EMA up here. And then people are asking about Aster. Let's go ahead and look at Aster. It's at 108, okay? 108 right now. Where would be a good level to buy at? Well, 91 cents, obviously a good level to buy. And if you want to front run that, $1. $1 may not be bad at DCA either, but stock RSI is at least overbought, curving to the upside, and then the RSI is below the signal line. So still waiting for that to go. But the next major resistance is going to be around that 120 level. So if you can take some profits near 120, and then after that 135. The next major support is 90 cents, and then below that probably at probably say 70. Then lastly, let's just look at Cake. Cake may be breaking this trend line, guys. So this is the big trend line to watch out for. Okay, as you can see here, bounce, 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 bounce. If Cake can hold this trend line, it's going much higher. Okay, it's going much higher. But again, some resistance near 280, and then this 50 EMA here on the daily near 292. If it can close above that, very bullish, but it needs to hold this trend line here. Trend line stems from February 4th for anyone who looked at it. And with that, guys, top 5 quantum stocks, I'd have to look able. I don't have them off the top of my head, but look at the ones that Trump Commerce invested in, and those will be it. Yeah, you can look at Arkham, Trump stock portfolio on the World Liberty Fi. Arkham will tell you what the crypto is. And then lastly, guys, I do not have experience with those platforms, Izin. Host of Aura, how long you been doing this stuff? For over 8 years, since May of 2017. Zid, how hard do you train in the gym? I train 5 days a week for about 2 hours each workout. Been doing that for a long time. Host of Aura says, if I'm investing $1,000, how much leverage is good for beginners to make a good amount of profit on a daily basis? I mean, it just depends how much you're trading with out of that capital, but I'd say 10x leverage. Hey, no problem, Matthew. Driven by luck. Appreciate you, brother. Keep it up, G36912. Absolutely. Absolutely. LOCD, what are your views for November in general? I'm bullish for November. With that said, guys, thank you so much for watching the stream. I appreciate all of you. I love you all. Hope you're having a great Friday. Hope you have a great weekend. If you haven't followed me on X, definitely do so at the CryptoData. I'll link my account again into the chat just so you guys are following if you haven't. And again, if you haven't liked the stream, like I said, please like it. If you want to join the free Gym Hunters group, is in the description, as well as the paid Gym Hunters group in the description. It's 1 Ethereum for a yearly subscription. Also, we have the BloFin and Photon links in the description as well. And again, guys, if you want to buy a Tesla, highly recommend it. One of the best cars available. But thank you so much for watching again. Love you guys. Have a great day. Talk soon.